star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That incredible performance was from Skylar Cole, singing our national anthem. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. And on tap tonight, it's the Houston Rockets going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. Joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And we'll be getting the inside story tonight. Shams Charania is joining us at the broadcast table. Shams, it is so great to have you by our side.
Kevin, thank you so much. It's great to be here. I always love to follow the game, talk about the game. It should be a lot of fun tonight.
You'll give great insight. We can't wait to get going. Here are the five for the Clippers. Jones and Zubac make up the 4 and the 5. The guard pair, it's Harden and Powell. And it's man in at the 3, the small forward. And for Houston, the forwards for him will be Brooks and Smith. At the guard positions, Van Fleet and Green. And it's Şengün in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here we go. So the Rockets win the tip. Van Vliet against Harden. Brooks outside. Van Vliet against Harden. Shot clock at 5. Şengün with a screen on Harden. Buries it from three-point range. And the Clippers getting that contract extension done with Coach Ty Lue. They've really invested in the future, haven't they, Sean?
A nice, shiny new arena and everything that they've built in LA. And yet, this is a talented and aging roster. The clock is ticking for this iteration of Clippers basketball around Kawhi Leonard. They know the time is right now.
And they've added Jeff Van Gundy, so another great basketball mind on that staff. Here's Brooks after the made shot from Norman Powell. Şengün with a screen on Harden. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Harden kicks to Powell. Zubac a screen on Green to the paint. And the dunk by Zubac.
Terrific accuracy on that pass. That's how you lead your teammate.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Outside, Green. Smith against Jones. Şengün with the screen for Green. Trying to find Şengün. He gets it to him.
Excellent in the screen and roll. Şengün with a wide base and natural strength, and he makes excellent decisions with the ball.
Harden finds Zubac. Green against Powell. Back to Jones. Inside, here's Harden. That's in, coming off an assist from Jones.
Defense has problems with Harden inside. He can make those close shots appear easy.
Outside, Green. Shoots over Powell, and it's Houston with another.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust.
Get loud, fans! On the court is your hot squad. Fans, we want to know who wants a free t-shirt.
And let's take a quick look now at some stats for Green. He had a strong showing last season. He averaged about 19 points a game last year, 5 rebounds and 3 assists. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
Harden outside. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. A 3-ball. It's rebounded by Şengün.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Pass to Smith. Back to Brooks. Now here is Smith. To the inside. Here's Green. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to go on Norman Powell.
Green, such a hard cover because he's always in attack mode, disruptive to the defense, and makes it hard to guard him.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Green. Hey, Shams, I know you cover the league like no one else, but I've seen your jump shot. You have a sweet J. You must have played organized ball, I'm assuming.
I played a little bit in high school, Kevin, but once I got cut in high school, that's when I knew my career path would have to trend into what I'm doing now, into writing and covering the NBA. But listen, I have a lot of confidence in my jump shot, watching the players like Steph Curry shoot the basketball. I'm not trying to give any comparisons, but I do love to shoot the ball. That is the one thing I know I can do decently on the floor.
I know. I love your answer.
Not much else, but I can shoot.
And the shot goes down.
He's really feeling it right now, shooting a high percentage to start this game.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
I was able to talk with Ime Udoka for a minute. Well, he's worried about a number of issues, and front and center, James Harden. He said James will dissect you. It's hard to speed him up and hard to slow him down. He's their catalyst. But he thinks if they do a good job on Harden, they have a good shot at winning. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. Good, and the assist goes to Şengün. That's 7 points for Fred VanVleet. And so Harden will bring it up for L.A. It's a 5-point game. Down low, here's Powell. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Harden against VanVleet. Şengün with a screen on Harden. And Şengün throws it down.
Really like the boys there. VanVleet distributing under control.
Pass to Jones. Now, here is Harden, covered by VanVleet. Harden draws the double. Jones, no one around him. Offline with his 3.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
Now, here's Şengün, defended by Man. Back to Smith. This one for 3. And with the rebound. Clippers trail by 5. Harden with it. His last outing, he had 18 points. Fires from deep. Good on the 3-point shot. Harden's got 7 points in the game.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
And the league continuing, Shams, to tweak the rules around replay review. But would you set a time limit to maybe tweak it a little bit?
Have to, right? Especially some of these games and the way they're ending. It's something to try. If you can't find a cause to really overturn in a minute or 2, let's keep this game moving. I think we all love a free-flowing game.
I agree. And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Raptors making a change here. Batum's checked in. Well, while we have a second, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a list of the league's top shooters from last season. Third is Ivica Zubac.
Put the ball in the bucket. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? I mean, just ask him. He'll have the answer for you.
Pass to Harden. Here's Mann. And here's Harden from deep. Knocks down the three ball. Harden's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Clippers.
You know, he does so many things well, James Harden. It's easy to forget that he's top 3 all time in most three-pointers made.
Şengün, and Şengün throws it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Clippers with the ball. The Rockets making the shot. And the dunk by Zubac.
Well, you gotta admire the precise passing of Harden. All he needs is a little crack to thread the needle.
Pass to Şengün. Back to Van Vliet. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Here's Harden. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Rockets trail. And things can get so intense when NBA rumors start flying, Shams. You know that. The teams are just kind of holding on sometimes for dear life. What is it like when you break a major NBA story like you've done numerous times?
It's like when your heart skips a beat, Kevin. It's like when you feel like you are in such a rush and there's a surge of excitement that hits every particle of your body. Every profession obviously has a big payoff. Everything happens so fast, but when it happens, it makes all the hard work worth it, but it certainly brings a great feeling, and I definitely get goosebumps to this day.
You get goosebumps, but the hard work you put in to get that story, I know what you guys go through. It is amazing the hours you spend.
365, 24/7.
And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith. Houston with a big group substitution here. Green, he's checked in for Jabari Smith. Whitmore comes in for Dylan Brooks. Thompson, he's checked in for Green. And Shepard subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. The Clippers also making some changes. Jones checked in for Zubac. Porter comes in for Mann. And it's done in for James Harden. Now here's Jones. Dunn outside. Batum sets a screen for Dunn. Traps in the tray. And the Clippers lead by 2.
Yeah, the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Here's Shepard. Dunn covering. Thompson looking for an opening. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Pass to Dunn. It's rebounded by Şengün. Houston's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Now Whitmore, guarded by Porter. Here's Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Şengün. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
And even though they were the better team overall, they actually lost the season series against this club a year ago.
Yeah, and for them, that was a bit embarrassing. So expect them to come back with a point to prove tonight.
And getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
LA's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. Well, expansion is coming, Shams. Is the league ready, in your estimation, for some more cities and new teams?
The NBA seems to be ready. I think I'm ready. Kevin, are you ready? Because the last expansion was, what, 20 years ago? That's the longest wait for this league since it began. And so I think Adam Silver and this league are going to take their time and really figure out exactly where they want to expand to. But the question is, Kevin, are you ready?
I am always ready. I know the league is looking even overseas or even maybe south of the border for a possible new entrant. But the league has got so much talent on the bottom half of these rosters. I definitely think it's time.
And there's a great appetite, a great desire for a lot of these cities, not only in the States, but also abroad, like you said, to go bring in an NBA team to their city and bring some of the talent, the marquee names to their city.
Oh, it'll be terrific. Here's Thompson. The Clippers getting the bucket. Up top, Şengün. Defended by Jones. Şengün passes to Green. Şengün with a screen on Powell. 4 on the shot clock. And Şengün throws it down.
Şengün finishing with authority. There you go, big fella. Make them feel you.
Now here's Powell. Defense right on him. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for Houston. Green comes in for Shepherd. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Jones. The free throw drops for Powell. And so Green will bring it up for Houston. To the middle, trying to find Thompson. He gets it to him. Count that one. And the Rockets lead by 2.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Now here's Batum. Still yet to score. Here's Porter. Back to Batum. Over to the left wing. 6 to shoot. Batum sets a screen for Dunn. The 3. The rebound by Steven Adams.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
The drive by Thompson. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
The Rockets shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
Şengün, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Houston. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Well, I've liked their assertiveness inside. They've been getting that way and playing that way the whole time, setting the tone right away that the inside area is their territory.
Oh, man, their mid-range jumper also has been on fire. Tough to beat a group of guys shooting with that much confidence.
Green is out there with Cam Whitmore. And it's Green, and then there's Steven Adams, and it's Thompson in at the 2. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Now, here's Thompson. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Hey, Shams, I know you're connected throughout the NBA into a lot of front offices, but have you ever thought about maybe shifting gears a little bit and working for a team.
There is always intrigue into something like that, Kevin, but I've seen how tough the environment can be, and honestly, it is really much more fun to be talking to you on this side of the media world and the media equation of the NBA. But listen, there's always intrigue with the front office.
And a lot of opportunities. I know you're looked at, but thank you for your honesty in that one.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
And a chance to check out the stats for Dunn. Last season's performance for him was around 5 points per game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
Free throw good, Whitmore. That one is no good. Clippers trail by 9 to the paint. Here's Porter, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Thompson.
Look, we've seen Kevin Porter Jr. go off for 50 in a game. He's got some serious skills on the offensive end.
First free throw is good. Tari Eason's checked in for Jeff Green. And Porter drops them both. So Shams, when the league brought in that 65 game played rule, it sure seemed to motivate players to suit up.
Those awards aren't just about prestige, Kevin. They're about cold, hard cash. And every summer, we're going to see records set for the biggest contract in NBA history. Every summer that goes by. And that certainly has an effect on players wanting to play and players being in the lineup. Now with the 65 games played rule, there is an incentive for all NBA teams and different accolades.
Kevin Porter Jr. Well said. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, the Clippers are intent on winning big. Coach Tyronn Lue said half of it is great talent, and I think half of it is execution. When you get to the playoffs, it's a whole different animal. We got to be 100% execution with our talent. That makes for a dangerous team. Kevin?
Very dangerous. All right, David. Dunn misses.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Eason's shot is good.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Porter for the 3. It's hauled in by Adams. Pass to Whitmore. And Whitmore throws it down.
Oh, man. When Cam Whitmore throws it down, you feel bad for the rim.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And now let's have a look at the teams that were last year's best from the free throw line. The Clippers third.
Collectively, I mean, they had an amazing year at the free throw line. Sometimes free throw shooting can be contagious, and it seemed like everyone on their team had the hot hand.
Clippers trail by 10. Shams, we know you grew up in Chicago. I'm assuming you grew up a Bulls fan. Who didn't? And you had to have a favorite player growing up with those terrific teams.
I was a big-time fan of hoops in general. Definitely someone for me was Kobe Bryant. That someone wasn't a Bulls player. We almost got him one year, but that was someone I grew up watching. Kevin, did you have a favorite team or player growing up?
Well, I love Kobe. I called every season of LeBron and every season of Kobe Bryant. And Bryant actually did stuff for 2K. As you know, not too long ago, before his passing, he sat down for a couple hours. But I hate to rank them because Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron are all right there at the very, very top. Hard to beat Jordan, right?
Very hard to beat Jordan. Obviously, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Kobe, for me, watching growing up, that was the closest thing that I had.
No good on the free throw. Smith checked in for the Rockets. Fred VanVleet comes in for Tari Eason. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Brown's checked in. And he sinks the second. Rockets leading by 9. Here's Green. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. To the middle. VanVleet against Dunn. Thompson, a screen on Porter. 5 to shoot. From deep, Green. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Thompson against Dunn. Batum, a screen on Thompson. Dunn outside. The 17-footer. Los Angeles with another miss.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Kicks it out to VanVleet. Smith sets the pick for VanVleet. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Coffey. Clippers trail by 9. Inside.
A moment to check out the numbers for Fred VanVleet. Coming off a terrific season, and he ended up in the top 15 in steals as well. Some of the quickest hands in the league.
And his floor awareness was impeccable last season. As you mentioned, top 10 in assists. Just does a great job of getting everyone involved. Free throw good. Porter.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
Houston making some changes. Adams, he's checked in for Cam Whitmore. And it's Jayshawn Tate in for Amen Thompson. The Clippers also changing it up. Zubac is checked in for Brown. And it's Harden in for Chris Dunn. And Porter drops them both.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
And here's Harden following Jalen Green's three. To the inside. And Coffey gets it to go.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Smith outside. Back to VanVleet. Lays it up off the glass. VanVleet's got the lead up to 10 now for the Rockets.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And the dunk by Batum.
And Batum throwing it down with ease.
And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Houston Rockets. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
And, you know, everything seemed to just kind of flow naturally for them. Felt like they were in a groove from the opening tip.
Here is Harden. Following the basket by Jabari Smith.
Guys, it's hard to shake Harden off his game. He's so strong and skilled. He keeps his balance right where he needs it.
Now here's Van Vliet. He picked up 21 points in their last win against San Antonio. Here's Green, and the rejection by Harden. Porter inside, covered by Van Vliet. Porter, no luck. Rockets leading by 8. Tate kicks to Van Vliet. Smith with a screen on Harden. For 3, Van Vliet. Porter pulls it in. LA's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Kicks it out to Harden. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
If the defense doesn't slow Harden down, he's going to continue to pile it on.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. He wants to talk to his guys.
They are here, the one and only What City, Texas.
So for the Rockets, Şengün's checked in for Adams. Brooks comes in for Tate. And Amen Thompson subbed in for Jalen Green. And then for the Clippers, Jones checked in for Batum. Mann comes in for Amir Coffey. And Norman Powell subbed in for Porter. Van Vliet outside. Brooks finds Van Vliet. Trying to find Şengün. He gets it to him. Shoots over Zubac. And the rejection by Zubac. Here he goes. Man can't hit. Rockets leading by 6. Thompson in the posts. Powell on him. And some nice passing there by Houston. From 11 feet away. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
That shot misses. Good D by Thompson. And for Houston, they're shooting at 51%. Really solid. 2 points. That one goes. That's 12 points for Şengün.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
Left side, Jones. Now, man. No scoring in this one. Pass to Zubac. Shot clock at 6. From 10 feet out, basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
A proven score. When Harden gets into a flow like this, he can pile up the points.
Thompson outside. Back to Van Vliet. Smith outside. That falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got 6 assists here tonight.
He's starting to find himself out there now. You know, he's taking much better shots here in the second quarter.
Now, here's Zubac. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia. Rockets leading by 9. Van Vliet outside. From past the arc. Powell pulls it in.
Nothing's going his way since the horn. I mean, looks like he used up all his makes in the last quarter.
And Thompson sends it back.
On the hunt to make a big defensive impact. Thompson denying that shot.
Smith with a screen on Jones. Here's Brooks. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good in that one.
Well, I think it was a combination of things, quite honestly, but the defense didn't really offer them a challenge all night. I agree with that.
Harden gets the bucket.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Brooks outside. Screen by Smith. Şengün against Zubac. Second shot opportunity, and the layup good by Şengün. Şengün's got 14 points.
The balance, the focus, Şengün shrugging off the contact in style.
Jones, the pass to Zubac. Back to Jones. Now, here's Zubac. Pass to Powell. Fires the three. Looks good. Is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
Good job there by Harden setting that screen. Got his body right where it needed to be.
And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Always so much fun to have Shams join us. No one with a better pulse on the NBA.
Man, Shams is always the first guy to know about the big moves around the NBA. Love hearing what he has to say.
Here's Van Vliet. James Harden picking up that last basket. Şengün finds Smith. Down low. The shot by Thompson, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
The free throw drops for Powell. And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Houston Rockets. They've led by as much as 10. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
Using the dribble to get free for a hoop. Fred Van Vliet. That's nasty.
Harden outside. And it's all evened up. Harden's got 13 points now in the quarter.
Scoring the ball, he has been lethal and efficient. Wow.
It's a tie game here in Houston. Now checks down to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
The Clippers.
Here with Ty Lue. Good rhythm for your offense in the first half. What did you like about the start?
Moving the basketball, taking the right shot, making the right play. We make the extra pass, we're a tough team to beat.
You were sure tough in the first half, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It is a wonderful night for basketball and a wonderful time to get a quick, wonderful rundown of how the wonderful West looks early on in this wonderful season. Is that too many wonderfuls?
No, you're wonderful.
Swerving off topic for a moment, I need you guys to weigh in on this. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No, man, it's a hot dog. Cheese, it's right there in the name.
Well, it's got meat, correct?
Right.
It has bread.
Right.
Isn't that what it takes to make a sandwich?
Stuffed between bread?
That's not how it works. Every summer they have a hot dog eating contest, not a sandwich eating contest. They're different.
I really feel sandwiched between two great debaters. Now, as we look at the first half, the Rockets find themselves in a close ballgame.
At the defensive end, I'm not seeing disruption. I don't mean just forced turnovers. I mean taking the offense out of the rhythm.
Yeah, I mean when your opponent is shooting over 50%, a lot else has to go right. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars, and I think we have a beautiful game now.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. The guard pair, it's Harden and Powell. Jones and Zubac make up the 4 and the 5. And it's Mann in at the small forward. Talk about confidence. Greg, what do you think about Harden's quote from a couple years ago when he said, "I'm not a system player, I am the system"?
Take a break. 2 shots.
Kevin, I laughed when I heard it because most guys couldn't say that, but Harden absolutely can. He's an elite scorer turned elite passer. Your offense has to orbit around him when he's on the floor.
GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
They're ahead, but if they don't get a stop here, that free throw could prove critical.
Brooks outside. Powell against Green. And he uses the glass on the lane. Green's got 14 points for the game.
Green doing work inside. Feels like he can score on just about anybody.
Harden outside. Takes a 3. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got 6 rebounds in the game. Pass to Van Vliet. Now here's Brooks. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. 5 on the clock. Şengün passes to Smith. And a miss there on the triple. The Clippers trail. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Jalen Green has shown he's capable of carrying a team offensively. He said it feels good knowing that my teammates believe in me to do that. Had to learn a lot of things to grow, but that's what I work for. I want to be one of those guys that you give the ball to in crunch time. Kevin, I always want to give the mic to you in crunch time. Back to you.
You are an unselfish playmaker. I appreciate that. By the way, Green can be electric and so fun to watch. Hey, DA, thanks. The shot by Powell, no good. For Houston, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Van Vliet. Out to Smith. Pass to Green. Lets the 3 fly. Another miss by Houston.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Green against Powell. On the wing, Mann. Shoots over Van Vliet. Mann can't hit.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
screen kicks to Van Vliet. Şengün with the screen for Van Vliet. It's good from long range. Van Vliet's got 14 points for the game.
You can count on Van Vliet to make the right decision on just about every single pick and roll.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust.
It's time for the Knicks.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Harden. He's coming off an excellent season and ranked in the top 15 in free throw percentage. Tremendous confidence and technique at the line.
And as you said, dishing out dimes at a top 5 pace, he was in total command of the offense last season. Look for more good things to come. On defense, Houston, since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Back to Powell, launches a 3. They get it again. Zubac misses from close range. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Van Vliet wide open. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
No question about it. They found a nice rhythm from deep.
Now, here's Zubac. He's got 6. Here's Powell. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 15 points in the game.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Smith outside. Brooks outside. In the corner, it's Van Vliet. 6 on the shot clock. Over Harden. Good work defensively by Harden. Clippers trail by 3. He lobs it up. Jones slams it home.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
Boy, I tell you what, that's the play we'll remember if they can put together a little surge to break this game open.
Now, here's Green. 14 points for him. Drills the three-pointer. Brooks has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Harden against Van Vliet. Here's Mann. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
3 points.
Harden's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Over the years, I think Harden's come a long way as a passer, and his teammates appreciate it.
Now here's Van Vliet. 17 points in the game. Şengün against Zubac. Van Vliet deciding where to go with it. And the rejection by Zubac. Harden outside. Over Şengün. Harden's shot is off.
There wasn't much defensive resistance there, guys, but somehow he blew it anyway. Missed opportunity.
Pass to Van Vliet from downtown. Here's Smith. Brooks for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Brooks has got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
To the paint, here's Jones. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
And you know, the unselfish attitude Harden has helps his team. Awesome at moving the ball.
And here is Van Vliet. Şengün with a screen on Harden. For 3, Van Vliet. Van Vliet can't get that one to fall.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be. But so far, that's not been the case.
Mann finds Powell. Zubac with it. Mann with it. That's a 2 from Powell. No good. That would have tied it. And here's Brooks. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. They've led by as much as 10. And that one's good. Green.
Showing off his inside game, which will complement Green's game on the outside. It'll force defenders to have to guard him in different places on the floor.
Now here's Jones. Harden left side. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Harden's got 28 points for the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Rockets lead by 4.
And with authority, Smith is active. Woo.
It's Jones on the wing, covered by Smith. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
And the Rockets making a change here. Thompson's checked in. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Batum's checked in. Now here's Thompson. He has 5. Lobbed up there for Thompson. It's stolen by Jones. Powell against Green. And the rejection by Smith.
You can tell Smith really relishes being a force on defense. Blocks like that will help him anchor himself at that end of the floor.
Harden kicks to Powell. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Zubac the pass to Batum. Van Vliet against Harden. Shoots over Van Vliet. It's good. And the Rocket lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from James Harden.
For Harden, that's just like an extended free throw.
Greg, looking back to last season, the Clippers had one red-hot stretch.
That's right. They went on a 26-5 run between December and February. It finally showed how dangerous that team could be when healthy.
Clippers trail by 5. Outside, Jones, and stolen by Thompson. Here's Van Vliet. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And it's now 22 points for Fred Van Vliet. The Clippers have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. Harden looking it over. Here's the 3. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Now, here's Şengün. 14 points for him. Smith sets the pick for Şengün. And that one's good. Green.
No wasted motion or hesitation there. Green ready to shoot as soon as he caught it.
Clippers trail by 9.
2 minutes remaining.
Pass to Powell.
2 minutes.
Back to Harden. Batum passes to Zubac. Batum against Smith. A shot by Batum, no good. And for Houston, they're shooting it well here in the third, about 50%. That one drops for them. And now it's an 11-point Houston lead.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Harden's got 8 points here in this quarter.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
The drive by Thompson. It's hauled in by the Clippers. And 1:01 left here in the third quarter. Jones with the screen on Van Vliet. Here's the floater. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Houston.
Well, you know, for me, the passing has been fantastic all night. Everybody loves watching this style of basketball where the ball moves and players move. coaches, fans, and even us broadcasters can appreciate that kind of action.
And on top of that, they've really been dialed in from deep, just dropping triple after triple.
And Clark, the Rockets, just one of a handful of franchises to win back-to-back NBA titles.
Can you believe that, Kevin? It was roughly 30 years ago that the Rockets did that, led by Hakeem Olajuwon, perhaps the best player in the league at that time. Of course, this was while Michael Jordan was retired from the NBA the first time.
Pass to Coffee. Batum, the screen. Coffee passes to Flowers. Batum sets a screen for Porter. Going inside. Chalk up two there. Porter's got 8 points.
He can get it to the rack, too. Porter Jr. unafraid to slice his way to the cup.
Şengün with a screen on Hart from deep. Green. A shot off that time. Guys, it's been all about Fred VanVleet for the Houston Rockets. We witnessed him delivering a series of three-pointers as he notched 3 total in the quarter. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
Three-tenths quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Rockets leading by 3. We've got Green. Green is out there with Thompson. Then there's Whitmore, and it's Adams in at the 5 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers. On Friday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the Sacramento Kings. Then on Saturday, they'll head home and take on the Toronto Raptors.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
And he's good on the second.
And even though he couldn't get all of them to fall, he did make it a 2-possession game.
Thompson against Porter. Batum sets a screen for Porter. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Playing ferocious inside. Porter Jr. went right after the big dogs.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And he can't hit the second. Houston leading by 3. Here's Whitmore. Count it, and the foul. Tristan picks one up.
What a fighter. Whitmore was determined to get that to go.
Tristan. That's their first personal foul. Second team foul.
And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 6. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Now, here's Porter. And he lays it straight in.
Capping off the drive through the bump. Porter Jr. holding steady.
Down against Green. There's the triple. Batum grabs the miss.
Defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
Dunn kicks to Batum. Screen by Jones. Clock at 6. Here's Coffey. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. That's on Cam Whitmore.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Houston making a switch here. Shepard's checked in. Here's Green. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. And finished off by Shepard.
Nice to see such unselfish play from Green, putting the team ahead of himself.
Now done. Pass to Coffey. Here's Batum. Done outside. Just 5 on the clock. Shot on the wing. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Here's Whitmore. And Jones sends it back. Now here's Batum. Defense is right there. Kicks it out to Jones. Throws it up high. And then Jones with the jam.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
And the Rockets with possession here after the Clippers pick up 2. Offensive rebound. Excellent D that time from Jones.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Here's Porter driving in. Banked in off the glass. Porter's got 5 points now this quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Shepard with the ball. Dunn covering. Shepard with the ball. Count the basket. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Dunn looking over the floor. Pass to Batum. Here's Coffey. Lets it go with a 3. The Rockets pull it in. Green's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And a little luck that time, but it drops. And now a 3-point Houston lead.
Green is so agile. Even when Jalen has the ball in his hands, he can outrun a lot of guys.
Porter passes to Dunn. Jones for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Green's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Green with a screen on Porter. Green in the post, guarded by Porter. Green, no luck.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Now, here's Porter from outside the arc. And it's Whitmore with the rebound. Whitmore's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Shepard. Dunn covering. Back to Green. Out left to the wing. Some nice passing there by Houston. Launches it. Green missing again.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. I think somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
Here's Green. Softly drops in the floater.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Clippers trail by 5. And here is Dunn. Pass to Porter. Here's Coffey. Inside, Jones. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
To the inside. Here's Green. And Jones pulls it down. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. It's a 3-point game. Coffey passes to Batum. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And, Nick Batum's length provides a huge bonus to his team. He's able to play and guard multiple positions.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good from Batum. Houston with a big group substitution here. Şengün's checked in for Steven Adams. Smith comes in for Jeff Green. Brooks checked in for Whitmore. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Shepard. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Jones. Jones comes in for Amir Coffey. Powell, he's checked in for Kevin Porter. And it's Harden in for Chris Dunn. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
They've got to play good defense here. That trip to the line helped and hurt.
And it's Green missing.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Now Harden, after Jalen Green's three-pointer that didn't go. 4 on the clock. Over Smith. And he overshot that one, missing. Houston's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Now Green. Back to VanVleet. Over Harden. And Jones pulls it down. Jones has got 4 rebounds in this game. Outside, Batum. Powell dishes to Harden. Batum a screen on VanVleet. And here's Harden for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Şengün's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Smith outside. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got his 7th assist in the game.
He trailed 1 from deep in the first half, doing it again here in the second.
Now, here is Harden. Batum a screen on VanVleet. On the wing, Harden. Covered by VanVleet. That one's in there. Pocket lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Harden.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
And that's right. I mean, he's looking to put his stamp all over this game.
Şengün, no good. Clippers have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the 4th and even 50%. Outside, Jones. Back to Harden. Zubac a screen on Smith. Over Smith. Harden, no good. Houston leading by 3. Green left side. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession.
Clippers ball.
Mann's checked in for the Clippers.
Number 14, Terrence Mann.
Clippers trail by 3. Harden with it. Outside, Jones. Harden against Van Vliet. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot. It's rebounded by Houston. They've led by as many as 11 points.
So hard, actually impossible to cut into the lead when you have a guy struggling this bad. And Van Vliet unmoved under pressure. I mean, when his team needs a basket, he simply goes out and handles his business.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now.
Get loud and let's hear it. It's T-shirt time. Who wants one out there?
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He told his guys to max it out on the 3. If those shots aren't coming, then we need to move on. There are other looks for us out there. We want some diversity in those shot attempts, guys.
Thanks, David. Here's Harden. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Van Vliet picks one up.
Well, how about this factoid? James Harden drawing another foul. And in other news, water is wet too.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
From a 6th man of the year to MVP, James Harden has had a lot of different roles in the NBA, and he's excelled at every one of them.
Second free throw, no good.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
If you want to know how clever Harden is as a player, just take a look at his one-on-one game, the way he can pretty much beat any defender. Quite impressive. Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what. He's been awful ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor.
Pass to Jones. Van Vliet against Harden. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
Assist from
Harden's got 41.
How good is that? Harden commanding the ball in these moments. Loves stepping up at crucial times.
In the corner, Şengün with it. Şengün with a screen on Harden. Here's Van Vliet. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac is the Clippers trail. Here's Mann. Jones sets the pick for Harden. It's good, and they get the go-ahead bucket. Harden's got 8 here in the quarter.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
Now here's Van Vliet. The step-back jumper is good. Van Vliet's got it all tied up now for the Rockets.
Van Vliet knows his team needs him to deliver much in the clutch, so all he does is dial up that intensity.
Here's Harden. And 1:01 left here in the fourth quarter. Screen by Zubac. Here's Mann. Zubac kicks to Harden. Mann passes to Jones. Zubac, a screen on Smith.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
And usually you want to go for the 2-for-1 here to maximize the clock.
There's 38 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Boy, he has put in some major work. He's earning his pay, for sure.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately.
City, Texas.
We've got 28 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Van Vliet finds Şengün. Money!
And that is a gigantic shot from Alperen Şengün, showing he can be counted on in the clutch.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
And that makes it a 2-possession game now. Those could turn out to be vital free throws.
Drives to the hoop. It's hauled in by Zubac, and Fred VanVleet is going to pick up a foul. And so he's picked up his final foul. We'll sit for the rest of this game.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
And he just garnered a little bit more insurance there. Very confident as he's able to go up and knock those down.
Fouled beyond the arc, and he almost hit the shot. He'll go to the line for 3.
And showing some fearlessness there. Smith doesn't mind getting hit while taking the shot.
And the first of 3, missing that time. That's a tough one to miss, but 2 more chances.
A darn good free throw shooter. Smith doesn't seem to have a weak spot coming into the league.
And he misses the second attempt, but one more coming up here. And he finally gets one to drop after missing the first 2. That trims the lead to 6. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. Gets the three-pointer to fall. So the Clippers with the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And now let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline for our player of the game. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, James. You have seen every type of defense from opponents over the years. What do you enjoy about that back-and-forth challenge?
Just every single game, I'm trying to figure out what they're doing and how can I be aggressive and attack it. You know, I love playing a game of basketball. I love being crafty and just trying to compete at a high level every single night. You know, it takes a lot, but I'm built for it, and I'm going to just continue to keep going.
Well, you won the chess match tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks.